We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I am your now perfectly healthy man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is the current reigning, defending Scholars of Wrestling champion, who also seems to be quite dapperly dressed, Scholar Tarek. How's it going tonight, sir?
Baron Corbin? Really? No way. No way! Oh, of all the things you could possibly do for Kurt Angle's final match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, it almost makes you want to just poison somebody. Isn't that right, Scholar Brian?
What are you talking about, Scholar Jeff?
I'm talking the fact that you got caught red-handed, completely admitting to poisoning me and making me miss the show.
I never once straight up said anything like that, okay? He was trying to figure out why you were not there, and I turned my head up to the sky. What proof is that? What proof is that? There is no proof of me doing anything.
What are you talking about? You just said you do what you gotta do. Come on. How is
just
that not
because
proof?
I said sometimes you have to do what you gotta do. You're fine. I did nothing that did nothing.
Yeah, now, after I was barfing for 12 hours straight.
That sounds like a personal problem. Don't bring me into your issues.
But what about that other time?
Dude, we don't talk about that time. Okay? I told the dude it was in there, and he drank it anyway. That is not my fault. I take no responsibility for that whatsoever.
Eventually your alibis will catch up to you.
We'll see.
Yes, they will. They will.
Just trying to do whatever you can to get him out of the way.
Hey!
You're just whatever you can to prove
you
yourself
have
to be the ultimate scholar.
You have no proof of anything.
Oh, and I have plenty of proof.
If
just look at the video 2 weeks ago.
If you keep talking, watch yourself. Because I didn't do anything to him. He thinks I did because you can't keep your mouth shut. But you keep talking, something might happen to the champion. And then what do you got to do?
Gentlemen, there's a much more reasonable way to resolve these differences, and that will happen at WrestleMania. I think you both know what I mean. Besides, in the meantime...
If either of you even make it to WrestleMania.
Oh, trust me,
I'm
the only one of the three of us who's actually going to make it to WrestleMania.
You think.
I feel so threatened on all sides.
I know.
I feel so threatened on all sides. Is that an earthquake? But anyway, we've got a lot to talk about this week in wrestling. And of course, if there's going to be a quality episode of Scholars of Wrestling, we have to do this the right way with a little bit of backstage news.
Indeed. We shall go ahead and peek behind the curtain and find people who are willing to accept the dangers that they have on fellow co-hosts and check in on a little
backstage
news.
What's poison mint?
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Iocane. I bet my life on it.
Speaking of betting your life on something, I'm not sure, have you guys heard this? That apparently WWE is finally selling Titan Towers.
Yes.
And moving to a new location.
Okay.
In Stamford, correct?
Let me just...
Not in Stamford, but elsewhere in Connecticut. I don't think they're moving too far.
Let me just put this out there for all you dumbasses on the internet that say that this is an issue. No, it's not. The WWE is fine.
They're just outgrowing Titan Tower.
Exactly. So calm down. Nothing is wrong in this scenario. I don't know why. Have they explained why?
The only explanation that I've heard is that essentially they want to combine everything into one location instead of having just Titan Towers and then some other peripheral locations. Like you said, they're expanding their operations. They want to make everything more self-contained as technology and the means develop. So they're just consolidating everything into one new office space. Now, I didn't hear anything resembling, oh, this is an indication of money troubles for WWE. Obviously, it's not. However,
watch Twitter, you'll find somebody.
I have been watching Twitter, and what I've found more people speculating on is keeping Titan Towers and turning it into a physical location for the WWE Hall of Fame.
That's news to me. I actually haven't heard any of that.
Yeah, same.
It's more of an outpouring of... It's what I've been hearing people asking for.
They definitely
for, but it's not
they
like
definitely should.
I don't think it's.
They
gonna happen.
definitely should. Like it's a landmark. I don't think that you should get rid. I don't think it was a good idea to sell it, to get rid of it. It's a landmark. You could have kept it under your control and then just moved somewhere else, and moved the operation to a different area. As you said, put something in it like a Hall of Fame or something of that nature. But in order to expand, you need bigger space. I get that. And in order for the business to expand and to be self-contained and all that, makes sense to get a bigger space. But it is a landmark.
Yeah. But I'm not so sure that maintaining all of Titan Towers just for the WWE Hall of Fame, I don't think the Hall of Fame necessarily needs that much space. And even if they did want to maintain a physical Hall of Fame, which I would love that they did, I don't think just keeping and maintaining Titan Towers and paying for all that is necessarily the way to do it, considering most of, if not all of the proceeds of the sale of Titan Towers is likely going to go towards the purchase of the new space. So, I don't think it's going to go down quite like that, but either way, much like the opening of the Performance Center, I am genuinely curious to see what they do with that space, and whether or not they're going to let cameras in, so we can actually see what's going in this brand new, presumably state-of-the-art facility for the WWE.
All I really have to say is we all better go there before they fully move out, just to take one picture in front of it.
Scholars Field Trip?
Scholars Field Trip.
It's not too far from here.
Nah, it's what is it, like 45 minutes?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Scholars Field Trip? Let's get pancakes.
All right.
Works for me.
Now, speaking of Scholars Field Trip and things being up in our neck of the woods, this was a rather obscure story that caught my eye, and I felt the need to share it. Of course, we've all heard, as wrestling fans, about the tragic passing of one King Kong Bundy.
Yes.
But apparently, I did not realize this, but King Kong Bundy
King Kong Buddy
has a little cat buddy. Or had a little cat buddy. His name was Pat. Now, you're probably asking, why in the hell am I sharing this information? Because, unfortunately, the kitty is up for adoption. And he is up for adoption in our neck of the woods at a PetSmart in Turnersville, New Jersey. So, anyone who's listening to this and you want to adopt a cute little kitty that used to be owned by the legendary King Kong Bundy, go down to the PetSmart in Turnersville, New Jersey, and adopt a cute little kitty. Needs a good little home.
Must have been a snow news week.
Or maybe I just like little kitties.
To each their own.
Do you not like kitties?
They're the devil's creatures.
I know you like kitties.
I do like kitties, but I'm more of a dog person.
Indeed.
I do like kitties.
Don't do it for the doggies. Do it for Bundy, man.
I'm allergic to their fur. I will not do it for Bundy.
Do it for the Bundy.
No. I'll let someone else do it for Bundy.
Hunt mug. But in all seriousness, assuming that there hasn't been a taker yet, if you're listening to this and you're in the Turnersville area in our neck of the woods in good old New Jersey, go check out Pat the cat, King Kong Bundy's little kitty. Do him a solid. He needs a good forever home. But anyway, that's enough backstage news. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of this week in wrestling. Starting things off with Monday Night Raw and the announcement
Talking
of the
about
week.
poison. You think how you were feeling was bad, Jeff? Just wait until this match starts.
Yes. So we're all anticipating the announcement of Kurt Angle's final opponent for his final match at WrestleMania. Kurt Angle comes out. He built it all up, and now he's talking about his final opponent will be Baron Corbin.
Buzz Killington strikes again. Of all the people.
I've been trying to find some form of positive to get out of this. No. I got nothing.
The only thing...
do have one.
The only thing I can think of... Okay, not even calling it a positive, just to try to make this choice even make a modicum of sense. Even just a little teeny tiny bit. Okay, there is a tiny bit of history there within the last few months. During Baron Corbin's reign as GM, when Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre were destroying Kurt Angle on a weekly basis. Okay, so it's like storyline-wise, whatever. But, okay, there's only one match that I could see and I could accept as Kurt Angle's final match. This wrestler started his career against Kurt Angle. There's no other reason for him to be on the card, especially now with the United States title match made. There's no other reason for him to be on the card except you started your career against this guy. Now he's going to end his career against you. Kurt Angle, John Cena. Boom. Done. Okay. Instead, we have our shit break match.
The whole rumor going around is that because of such a negative feedback on this, they actually are considering changing this. And it's at making the U.S. title match, which they've actually been building around for Samoa Joe versus John Cena, which is something we've talked about on the show. Mm-hmm. Looks like that idea has to be scrapped. And they're just throwing Kurt Angle with John Cena, which, yes, makes perfect sense, comes full circle. And I hope that's what they go with, because there wasn't any swerve to begin with. This was actually going to be Kurt Angle's farewell match against Baron Corbin.
Yeah, it's like I was looking forward to everything that had to do with WrestleMania the last couple weeks, and they killed like half of the excitement that I had for WrestleMania with the announcement of Baron Corbin as Kurt Angle's last opponent. Ric Flair's last opponent at WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels. An honorable and worthy final opponent for a wrestler of that caliber. Okay, you're gonna have, I guess, number 2 in like wrestling ability, like to have a retirement match at WrestleMania. You're gonna have the caliber of opponent be Baron fucking Corbin. Are you out of your damn mind? That's it.
I had one gut instinct when it came to the announcement of this match, and it involves something we've seen from John Cena before. Think back to the WrestleMania where he fought The Undertaker. He kept calling out The Undertaker, nothing happened. Week after week after week went by. Then he showed up as a fan. Then, during the course of the WrestleMania show, he gets word that The Undertaker's here. He accepted the challenge. Immediately goes back. Boom. They have the match there. Now, when I think of what could possibly happen, I called it very early on. If you've been following me on Twitter, you saw it. I called it where the match happens as advertised. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Angle beats